This first show, I half remember a group of people linked together, sharing memories, even though they are in like totally different countries. I don't even remember like what it was about, but the concept really stuck with me still because I feel like I'm not just like one person. I've got so many me's inside, and which one shows up depends entirely on where I am. So and what kind of mood I'm in. Like mornings, for example, I feel like garbage. Not because I didn't sleep well. I actually prioritize sleep above almost everything. Always get my 8 hours sleep, but it's just that the second I wake up, I have to follow my whole routine, and even small stuff creates so much of friction when your cortisol spiking. I'm not saying I actually snap at anyone, but like someone, but like I feel that close to it. And when I lived with my parents, that made me feel like a genuinely bad person because I knew that they were right. They'd get up at 5 or 6 to make me breakfast, and I feel resentful anyway, like guilty every single time. Then the school me, even though I didn't really talk to anyone there, I still put on a version of myself. I catch myself checking my posture, walking straighter, like I'm subconsciously aware strangers are watching even when nobody's actually looking. But I actually like that version. Like I focus way better around people, which is why I deliberately study at the library instead of alone, like two laptops or color coded notes, like the whole system. It's a hassle, but it always works on me. Gym me is a little bit different again, like ambitious, disciplined, like hyped on the things that aren't really even real yet. Most people get a burst of motivation when they start something new and it fades. Mine hasn't. It's been like 9 months and it's been building since I started. I don't think it's discipline, honestly. I think it might be obsession even, but it's basically my purpose at this point, like tied to my identity, and I can't imagine not doing it as of now. And weirdly, even making these videos is its own version of me. Even talking alone to a camera, my brain still treats it like I'm talking to someone, which I like because normally when I talk to myself, it's just unfiltered rambling, no structure, but this at least makes me organize my thoughts. Some days, like all of just this just piles up, and I'm exhausted from being so many different people in me. Like one day, it makes me think we're basically just observers of our own thoughts and different versions of ourselves, but there's no single unified me, more like a committee kind of like inside out, different parts taking turns running the show and operating us, deciding decisions. And I read somewhere that's not like far off from how the brain actually works. Like they have their own kind of discussions and like conflicts each other, and they get to the stronger one gets to decide the whole decision. Like back in high school, I used to have this theory, like half joking, half serious. Like when we die, every time we sleep, like our brain resets overnight, rewrites itself, and the next day's version of us just inherits the memories and keeps functioning like nothing happened. Because from that perspective, literally nothing happened. We'd never know the difference because memory is just the thing stitching the illusion of continuity together. So I came up with that because I noticed how differently I act from morning to night, day to day. Like today me and tomorrow me are practically, strangers. So that's also why I think really authentic love might not fully exist because the version of me that shows up for my parents, let's say, isn't the whole time me, like whole me. It's a switch I flip. Like they'll never fully see me, and I'll never fully see them as just people instead of mom and dad. Like the moment you actually see me through someone completely, That's when the disappointment hits, and that's when your illusion and um, yeah, the illusion and the images starts to crack and gets destroyed. I've made a lot of mistakes I'm ashamed of, obviously, and honestly, like part of me wants everyone else to be flawed too, so I'm not the only one who's shameful, you know. But then I meet people who genuinely seem good, and I can't help noticing a lot of them are also just good looking, like me. Like not good looking by appearance, but we are just inherently we learn how to act and wear this facade from kindergarten, I think, like which makes me wonder like how much of the goodness we perceive is really just appearance. Um, like here's the thing that keeps me going uh, through this the things that I'm going through, like acting instead of overthinking. Like the moment you stop uh, doing paralyzing yourself and just sit there thinking, that's when you start noticing all the weird, unsettling parts of your own behavior, and that's what detaches you from the reality, not actual reality, but the kind of reality that the vast majority of people talk about, like extreme isolation, endless questioning. You know, I don't think that's actually seeking truth. I think it's often just an excuse to not do anything, choosing not to do anything, um, feeling like you're superior than others without really doing something. A kind of quiet nihilism disguised as depth. So my solution, like one I basically talked myself into while recording this, is that you have to keep acting, like keep stacking small wins, and because like the version of you that acts consistently is the version that survives longer inside you. They are in constant war inside you every single day. If you just think and never act, that version of you fades out in a day or a month. But if you keep choosing it, it becomes part of your identity for like years. So like same logic applies to love. Weirdly, I think I genuinely believe that almost anyone can cheat given the right circumstances, and I don't think it's a weird thing to say. When I would really love to tell my lover, like my future partner, that I know that I'm capable of cheating. Therefore, I'm not going to put myself into under those kind of circumstances, like those kind of situations where I can easily cheat because I'm vulnerable. I know my capability. Um, so like if it happens, like it happens, you know. If it doesn't, I got lucky. Either way, it frees me to focus on building myself instead of chasing approval while still staying balanced enough to actually talk to people like once in a while. And yeah, I kind of have to balance myself and wanted to talk about these kind of things, but I actually talked about a very long time ago in my YouTube video, and share your thoughts about this video, and hope you guys have a great day. See you tomorrow, guys.